Coin Otter radio show.
Oh my God, I love you so much!
On 97.7 FM, The City.
Greetings, blessings, and good fortune, everybody. As you can see, I have a guest, a good friend of mine, Mr. Alex Cantu from Crazy Travels. But first, I want to let you know where we're coming from. We're coming from 97.7 KCYP, The City, out of McAllen, Texas. We're in the McAllen Creative Incubator here. Got a lot of stuff going on. You might hear a little bit of drums again, but hey, that's just part of the ambiance we got here. So we're also going out on Facebook. We're going out on YouTube. Both mine and Joe Martinez's 97.7 Facebook. We're also going out on yours, right, Alex?
I'm not sure, but I tagged you guys. So, hey, if you're on Crazy Travels, just hit like or hit The City or Chris Ott's page, and you can see the whole show there.
Good deal, good deal. We're also going out on a couple radio apps, TuneIn Radio and Radio Garden. Radio Garden, I'm going to vouch for that one. I've listened to it a lot. You can listen to radio shows all over the world with that. Now, we've got a full show for you. We're not going to leave you hanging on some of the events that happened. In fact, we're going to bring it into the travel sphere, Alex.
Yep.
And we're going to ask him some questions. So as I get into the Facebook feed, I'm going to be looking at any comments and questions. We've already got a few that came in during the week after we announced that Alex was going to come on. So let's see who we got in right now. We have looks like Matt DiPillo is on, and Luis Solis. Good to see you. And two other people. It's not quite popping up yet, but it'll start rolling once we get going. The comments will start rolling. So to start everything out, Alex, let us know what you and Crazy Travels is all about.
First and foremost, my name is Alex Cantu, Crazy Cantu from Crazy Travels. Oh my God, crazy. Guys, man, first and foremost, let me congratulate Chris. This is an awesome show. I am really excited. I can't wait till we start talking about D.B. Cooper, JFK assassination, and the landing on the moon.
We'll get there. We'll get there, brother.
Please don't tell me you believe Americans landed on the moon.
Oh, gee, it's going to be that would be a long show if we started on that one. Alex.
We're kidding. We are not talking conspiracies. We're talking budget travel, guys. For those of you that don't know, 22 years, or for those of you guys that don't know me, 22 years ago, while at muster, I got up and I introduced myself. So if you weren't there, I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm Alex Cantu. I'm originally from Laredo, Texas. I married my wife here. We had a honeymoon, and when we went on our honeymoon to Italy, we did the Taste of Italy. Man, we went all over Italy. We bought a Globus tour. We bought that from a travel agent. So you go to a travel agency, local travel agency, you pay them, they book it for you. We got there, and we were fortunate to have a tour director while we were doing our vacation. And that tour director gave me a lot of info. He gave me a lot of gave everybody tips on budgeting. One of my favorite ones was go to the butcher and have the butcher make you a sandwich. So a sandwich for us was like €4 versus when we were I think we were in Florence or Milan, we had pizza, medium pizza, 2 bottled waters, and a bottle of wine, €55. And I was like, hey man, I gotta eat a pizza. I'm in Italy, and €55, holy freaking smokes, that's like $63 American dollars. And so when I got back, I took that, and then as you know, I started checking my email, my mailbox, and I was getting stuff from them. I gave them my physical address, my email address, and I started getting all of these alerts and discount codes, and I started traveling more. And as I started traveling more, when I would get back to work, my coworkers were like, man, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And then their significant others, does he work? Does he not work? How does he do it to go on all these vacations? I take about 6 vacations a year. And I said, man, I need to do something. So I created the logo. And then I said, okay, what if I do it on Facebook? And so I created Facebook. I created the Crazy Travels Facebook page. And on Crazy Travels, you can KRAZZY, you can hit like. and you can look at that and look at all the vacation deals that we have there that you can take advantage of. You can see where I start doing videos critiquing my vacation, reviewing it more than anything. And everything that I do on that page is neutral. I never, ever want to discourage you from traveling. I want you to travel. I want you to see
Hang on
the world.
1 second, Alex. I don't think jumping off that huge, floating thing was neutral.
Well,
He had this video where he's jumping. How high was that thing?
I must have been at least 3 stories high.
There's no neutrality there, Alex.
No, there isn't.
Don't get me wrong here. You're not a spring chicken, though.
No, not at all. And I couldn't
You
believe.
could pull a hammy or something up there.
No, not only that, just swimming up there, just swimming up to the we'll call it the challenge, for lack of a better word. Just swimming out there, man, I was winded.
And where was that?
That was over in Cozumel, Mexico. Mr. Sancho's, guys. Mr. Sancho's is a great place. $68 all day, all inclusive. Alcohol, soft drinks, teas, waters, whatever you want, and personal waiter, and all you can eat, all you can drink. It is a great place to go. And these are some of the things that you can see on my page. Guys, I want you to go out there and travel. And I went out and I did that challenge and I jumped off, and, I don't regret it because I live life to the fullest. I want to come home and, put some Neosporin, put some Band-Aid and say, man, I did it. I jumped off. And, as a kid, I wanted to do the crazy stunts because, I was invincible, and now I'm 47 and I'm like, you're not invincible, kid, but nonetheless, I want to go out and I want to have fun because I may not go back.
Yeah.
I may not have an opportunity to go back. And that's the mentality that we have at Crazy Travels, that we want you to go out there and see the world. And we want to work with you. There's 2 travelers out there that are super duper loud. There is a traveler out there that'll overhear you talk about New York, and he or she is going to be like, you want to go to New York, Chris? And you're like, well, I'm talking it over with my wife and we're looking into it. Oh, I just got back. We were in Trump Tower. It was awesome. Steak and eggs in the morning. They have this awesome restaurant, and, lobster tail and shrimp and steak, medium well. Oh, man, it is awesome. Bottle of Cristal. And you're like, man, I can't afford that. And then there's Negative Nancy, the guy that's going to overhear you talk about your vacation, the gal that's going to overhear you talk about that one destination and be like, nope, I went there and nah, it wasn't worth it. I asked for lukewarm water. It was too lukewarm. I asked for a firm bed. It was too firm. And then there's me. I'm the guy that's going to have a conversation with you and say, okay, where are you? Where's your budget? How much money do you have to spend, and how much leave do you have to spend? At work, you have leave, but then you have Murphy. Murphy shows up at home, and you're like, man, I had to use my leave because the water heater went down and I couldn't afford to pay someone. So here I am trying to fix it. And likewise, I don't know, a washer, dryer, something went out, and you went into that little vacation fund that you had. And so we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to say, hey, look, okay, fine. You're not going to sleep in, Trump Plaza, the Ritz, but guess what? You can get a really good hotel. Maybe you get it in Queens. Maybe you get it, in Brooklyn. There's plenty of places to stay. And it is awesome, man, to take the subway from Queens into, Midtown, into, Upper Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. It is probably the best part of your vacation is riding that subway. And then when you're coming back, we talked about jumping off that moon jump water adventure park. You're going to walk. You're going to walk because I'm going to give you an itinerary that is loaded with fun things to do. Some of those things are free. Some of those are low cost. But man, I'm going to load you up with a lot of really cool things to do. And you're going to come and you're going to be like, man, I'm tired. And then you sit down on your subway ride and you're just like, oh man, it was awesome. Yeah. And it's a 20-minute ride. And
because you're not moving.
Exactly.
You're moving.
Yeah.
But you're not the engine of the.
Yeah, you're not the engine. You're not out there walking, and you're just chilling. And it's about maybe a 15, 20-minute ride. And then you get to your stop, and it's like awesome. You walk down the stairs, and I always suggest get a room anywhere between 6 to 3, maybe 7 blocks the most, so you don't have to walk a lot. But what we want is we want to see the destination. If we're talking New York, if we're talking Barcelona, Madrid, we want to go there. The naysayers are saying you can't, and I'm saying you can. We just have to look. We got to be realistic. We got to look at your leave. We got to look.
And hang on one second, Alex. For those of you that aren't familiar with the term leave, it's vacation time.
Vacation time. There you go. As Europeans like to call it, holidays.
Yes,
holidays.
One other thing, I want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching us today. Sue, that's my sister. How you doing, Sue?
Hi.
We got Matt. He's been in since the beginning there. Oh my God, son, good to see you. Says greetings. Jaime Sanchez, the Hammer. He's the code name for the show. Is Hammer. The Hammer's on. Deanna Fitz Granny Smith is watching, and she says hi. Santos Beas, Nicole, good to see you. And JD is on. Awesome. Thank you for watching, everybody. I know you're going to get something out of this show because Alex is on a roll, and he's going to tell us. And, come and chime in with Dave Chavez is on. Chime in with your...
Please chime in because I can continue talking, man. I love travel. And what I love the most about travel is when I get to help you book a vacation because I get to hit like on your pictures on social media. And not only that, but we get to prove the naysayers wrong. The naysayers are going to tell you that you can't, and I'm going to tell you that you can. I had a classmate from high school reach out to me and say, "Crazy, spring break is coming. I may not get the time off from work, but if I do, I want to go and I want to do a road trip with the family, and maybe not leave on Saturday, but leave on Sunday because Saturday hotels are more expensive." And I'm like, whoa, time out. We don't know if they're expensive. We haven't even logged on to Priceline, to Orbit, to Travelocity, to, all of these sites that are out there. Putting
the horse before the cart, Alex.
Exactly. And so there's no need to do that. Before we can say, hey, we can't afford to go here, we got to do the research. And the best way to do the research is incognito. Switch your mode either on cell phone or your laptop or your desktop. Switch it over to incognito. These guys, they're keeping tracks on us, right? And what they want to do is they want two things. They want you to jump the gun and book it right then and there, or they want you to think, oh my God, this is a great price. Let me get it before it goes up. And so they're either going to raise the price or they're going to lower the price. And you haven't even talked to your significant other. You haven't talked to your buddies, girls. You haven't talked to your girlfriends. You haven't talked to the party that you're going to go travel with. And in that party, people always ask me, what's the hardest thing about traveling? You're not going to believe it. The hardest part about traveling is convincing the person that you're going with. And this isn't a knock on them because, in fact, I applaud them because somebody has to be someone, you get excited and someone has to
bring you to reality.
And they are, they're going to either tell you, hey, Chris, look, it's not that I'm a Debbie Downer and I don't want us to go on a vacation. It's just that, hey, we just bought the kit braces. And they got that security blanket and they're holding on to it. And they said, hey, remember, we just paid for, the repairs on the washer, the dryer, the water boiler, whatever it was that Murphy came into our house and it bit into our budget, right? Our vacation budget. But now we'll time out. Look, this is how much money we have. We're going to be okay. We got the leave. We got the vacation approved by our supervisors. Look, let's sit down. Let's calm down. And now that you calm them down, now you do the lobby and hey, look, we can afford it. And I travel so much and I have to do that with my wife. But I applaud her because if not, I may make a mistake. And she kind of helps me pump the brakes. And then we slow down and we start, okay, Oh, and you're not going to believe this, but yeah, I got a good vacation fund, right? But sometimes I have to say, okay, not this vacation destination. Let me pick this
You
other
rein it in a
vacation
little
destination.
bit.
Because go ahead, sir.
I sorry to rein you in a little, but we got some questions here.
Okay.
So let me see if I can go in order here. Let's see. Sue is asking any suggestions for let me go through a couple of these before we. Sue says any suggestions for family travel, also group rates, possibilities for group rates. Dave says, would you recommend using a travel agent to book versus using Expedia or any of the many travel sites?
All right, so I'll start off with the travel agent. Am I a travel agent? No, I am a travel advisor. I will give you advice on traveling. I will, if I've been at that destination, I will tell you, look, this neighborhood is good. That neighborhood, maybe stay away from this neighborhood. You want to stay here because of, and I'll go over certain stuff. I always skip out of staying in downtown because of parking. I'm going to have to pay for parking. So I'd rather do the 10, 15, 20 minute ride, even half an hour ride. And so if you go with a travel agent, the only thing that person does is that person is going to put you at ease in the sense that, okay, I went to a person, and if I don't like something, if I don't feel comfortable, I can go back to the person and say, okay, again, when do we leave? What, and so that's the only advantage to going through a travel agent, but he or she is going to charge you. Now, you can go through Priceline, through Expedia, through Travelocity, through all of these sites, and you can reach out to me and say, Crazy, I found this destination, this vacation. What do you think? And then I'll give you my 2 cents. I always encourage people to come and talk to me. I'm not the know-it-all, but I have friends, co-workers who are travel agents, and I talk to them, and then I talk to other travelers, and I'm on YouTube. I'm on Travelocity. I am on TripAdvisor. I'm everywhere reading and exploring and finding out, because when I get someone who tells me, Crazy, I want to go here. Oh, I've never been there, and they want me to do an itinerary. I'm out there looking for things to do, and I'm figuring out what's going on. Where do I go?
All based on what they have to spend.
Yeah, and then I get back to them and say, hey, look, here's what they're suggesting. I would probably do these things. Where are you at? What do you want to do? Are you adventurous? Are you someone who likes to hike? Are you someone who likes the museums? What exactly do you like? Because I need for you to talk to me, because I go on my vacations, but I want you to go on your vacation.
Let me see if I can encapsulate this, if I'm gathering this correctly. So when you're using a travel agent, you're offloading a little bit of your responsibility, meaning that person is going to keep track of the places you're going, the places you're going to stay, how you're going to get there, transportation while that person has set that out. But what I think you're saying is there's a lot more freedom when someone's talking to you, because you're going to give all that input and you're going to give feedback also. And they might have to remember a few things, but hey, that's what
it's the same thing. So we are the same. The only difference is that I'm not going to charge you. The same things that they're going to do, they're going to log on to. The only
I think you want to say that again.
So the same thing that they're doing.
No, the other thing. How much do you charge? $0. My services are free. My goal is to get you on the best, least expensive vacation with the least amount of fees. Obviously, if we'll say we're gonna use a cruise line, right? We'll say Carnival. Carnival may have a small fee that they charge, a hidden fee, right? And we have we can't control that. But at least you're not gonna get a travel agent fee. And so that's one of the advantages of coming with me. You get the same services that you're gonna get from a travel agent. The only difference is that I'm doing it for free. And you can always come back to me and talk to me and ask me for things, ask me to give you an itinerary, and I can walk you through these things. Now, the difference between me and a travel agent is that a travel agent is going to say, all right, give me your credit card, and then he or she is going to charge the credit card. I'm not going to book your vacation. I'm going to walk you through booking it. For example, I just had one of my coworkers call me and say, hey, I want to, Riverwalk Hotel, and I want to be right there on the river, or at least walking distance, a block or two. And so I said, okay, let's log on to Priceline. All right,
You're on Priceline, all right. So both of us are on Priceline. We're both looking at it, and I said, okay, do you see this 3.5-star hotel for $105? You do? Okay, that's a great hotel. I would do that hotel. 3.5 stars. You're a block away. Book it. And so he booked it. He put all his information, pet friendly. And by the way, we got a question on pets. I'll answer that in a minute. And all of that free while I'm helping him, while I'm walking him.
Step by step.
Step by step. He's doing it in the comfort of his home. And not only that, but he's learning how to do it on his own. I have so many crazy travel followers that no longer, they don't even call me. They're out there doing vacations. I'm like, how'd you do it? Oh, everything you taught me. And then they go to Crazy Travels and they see the vacation deals and they're out there booking those vacations. And I'm like, wow, you went on that vacation? Yeah, it was on your page.
They're all grows up.
Yep.
They're all grows up.
Yep. And going back to that question about family groups and group rates, again, what we want to do is we want to go, if we're going, for example, I got a call yesterday, hey, I want to go on a cruise, and I already went to this site, and I went to that site, and I went to that site, and, how do I get the cheapest one? I'm out there. I said, look, you've already gone on Carnival. Call those guys. Tell them, hey, look, here's where I'm at. Here's my budget. I want to book a vacation with you guys, but I can't unless it's at this price. Now, they have the wiggle room to help you out. They have the wiggle room to help you out. And you're going to tell them, look, man, I got more people lining up. That's what I do. I said, hey, man, I got Crazy Travels. These people are waiting to get on, and they're waiting to book with you guys, but help me out here because this is my budget. And sometimes they'll come back at me, this is the best we can do, but they'll throw in onboard credit. They'll throw in, free drinks or what have you. They'll throw in some incentive, and that'll sweeten the deal, and it'll convince me or help me be able to make that purchase. And sometimes it'll be, hey, you know what? We just can't afford it. And also, if you're going in a big group, you might want to do an Airbnb. We did when we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains, we got a 5-bedroom cabin. That was awesome. That was $100 a night per couple, per bedroom. So if they had their families, each family had a bedroom, and they each paid $100 a night. It was 5 nights, so $500 per, and that was awesome. And we had 5 bedrooms, we had jacuzzis, we had foosball table, family room.
Wow, that sounded like fun.
Pool table, man, it was awesome. There are plenty of deals out there, man. I can continue talking. I want to talk about the traveling with pets. That was a really good question that I got that I had never, ever, I got a cat and she stays at home, but that is a really good question. And so I reached out to one of our friends in Green, Anna. She's got a rescue here in the Valley, Anna Safe House. I want to send a shout out to her because she's great. She's awesome. And she suggested that if you want to travel with your pets, you talk to your vet and see how much they charge to board them, right? And then there's Canine Headquarters Pet Grooming here in San Juan. They'll board Rover.com, and they'll help you take care of your dog. Now, this person came back at me again and said, wait a minute, I want to travel with my pets. So what do you do?
To bring them with.
To bring them with. Okay, go petfriendly.com. Go to that page, put the destination you want to go with, and they're going to tell you, okay, this is pet friendly. This hotel is pet friendly. You can go to this adventure park. You can go to this theme park. You can go, and they'll point you in the right direction. And if you're on social media, get on the pages. There's if you go to Crazy Travels and you go to that, where do I travel if I have pets? There, I tagged 2 pages that you can like and become a group of. For example, I'm in a Destin group, Destin, Florida group. I'm in Panama City group. I am in a visit My Smoky Mountains, visit Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I belong to those pages because the locals there, the people that travel, they're always throwing in their 2 cents.
They'll give you the inside info that you're not going to get from somebody who's on the outside.
I'm not going to give you the right info. Those guys are. Those guys are the guys that you want to talk to. Again, go petfriendly.com. and the group pages where they're going to tell you, hey, we did this, it was awesome, or we went here and we didn't like it. They're not. They claim they're pet friendly, but they're not. So definitely go in there, man. Our page, Crazy Travels, has a lot of information. Even if you don't want to have a Facebook page, create a dummy page and then hit like on Crazy Travels and scroll through it so that you can see the deals, you can see the reviews, you can watch the videos, you can see me out there, talk about travel, get the free itineraries. And if you don't see one that you like, tell me, Crazy, I want to go here. Can you make me an itinerary? And I'll make it for free. Guys, I want you to go out there and make memories with your family.
Okay, Preston says, Preston's on here if you guys want to check out his page. There's a third option that gives you the ability to work your own travel plans with great discounts. Now, I don't think there's a greater discount than free, but Preston might have some more info for you. So look him up. It says, message me for more as I don't want to spam this thread. Thank you, Preston. So maybe you and Alex can get together. I bet you could, if you were to combine resources, you could help out more people. More Rick is listening. He's watching. Alan Castillo. Alan, good to see you. Mikey's on. Andres. Michael's watching. Maria. Inez is watching. Marcos, good to see you again, brother. And Joey Lemos is watching. Good to see you guys. As you can see, I've got a great guest on today.
Crazy Cantu from Crazy Travels. Oh my God, Crazy. So I believe it was Preston, right, that was talking about
Yes.
Guys, this page, Crazy Travels, just so you know, it's not my page, it's your page. It's a page where you can go in there and you can get travel advice. Guys, if you have the info on getting good deals, share it with us, because the goal for Crazy, my goal is to get more people to travel, to get people to get out of break the habit. Everybody goes to Vegas. Why? Because of Allegiant. It's right there. Everybody goes to Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio. It's the norm. It's the easy thing. Hey, well, I'm just going to go to, Vegas, because, and
they're comfortable because it's been done before.
Yeah. And so we want you to break your comfort and we want you to see the world, because in this world, sooner or later, we're going to have to go. And what we want to do is we want to make the most out of it. And again, I give you this advice for free. And one of my favorite videos on Crazy Travels is, oh my God, Crazy, how much did it cost? It's a video where I tell you how much I paid for a hotel, and then I show you the hotel. I walk you through it, because the naysayers they're going to say, oh no, Crazy, that's a Roach Motel. But then I show you the Marriott, $50, 4-star hotel. What? How? Priceline Express deals. My buddy, one of my coworkers, Disney, 4-star hotel, $40 a night. Road trip, right? He did a road trip, saved some money on gas. First stop, New Orleans, French Quarters, $70, 4-star hotel. Spend some time there sightseeing. Groupons, get on Groupons, get some deals there for sightseeing, $25 ghost tours. There are plenty of things to do. Oh, by the way, Harris Casino, New Orleans, park at the garage for free. Everybody else is going to charge you $35. Park there for free. Leave your car there. Go downstairs. Get a player's card for free. Get in there. Play for half an hour. Free parking as long as you play half an hour. Free drinks. Give them your email address. Give them your physical address. Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get free nights from them. You're going to get a lot of freebies from them. There's a lot of good stuff, and it's all on Crazy Travels. Again, if you have info, if you travel the world and you use a certain site, tell us what you do, because we want to travel more. We want to do more. We want to encourage more people to travel.
Awesome. Well, Nicole MP says, I can't wait for the moment we get Alex to help us plan our trip to Italy. We don't know when that will be, but she's waiting. She's looking forward to getting with you on a trip to Italy.
Italy is awesome. By far one of the best. Vatican City, Rome, Florence, Milan.
Have you kissed the ring?
Yes. I touched the boob of Juliet at Juliet's balcony.
You got a feel on Juliet.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you bite your thumb at us? I bite my thumb, but not at you.
Nice. Esme Luna, hi, says hi.
Yeah,
Jim
man.
O'Rourke is watching. Carl Bliss, good to see you, Carl. He's watching. Renee Rodriguez, thanks, Renee. He's watching. Esme says, is it better to travel midweek?
Midweek. They say, hey, the flight's at this time, the flight's at that time. I always fly or travel Saturday through Saturday. I want the whole week.
Okay.
But a lot of people do that. And what you got to do again, put your search, your computer, put it on incognito. And
What about a
start looking.
VPN? What about a VPN?
VPN too. I don't know much about VPN, but I know that, hey, it protects you. It protects you from Wi-Fi and all that. But definitely start playing around, and I can coach you. Look, even if you're not ready, what you want to do is you want to put your computer on incognito and say, hey, one of the things that I love doing when I'm searching, especially for flights, sometimes it'll tell me, hey, it'll show me Tuesday's price. And then if I selected Wednesday through, Tuesday, right? Wednesday through Wednesday, what have you, it'll show me Tuesday's price, and then it'll show me Thursday's price, so I can slide that day.
Sure.
So if Thursday's cheaper, then I'm like, you know what, I am going to rob myself of a day, but Thursday's way cheaper, and it'll help me book my vacation. It'll keep me in budget.
Okay.
The goal is to not break the bank. Guys, you're going to hear me talk about budget a lot. I budget before a vacation, I budget during a vacation, and I budget after the vacation. Why do I budget during a vacation? Because when I went to Italy, I came back with so many souvenirs. I came back with a jigsaw puzzle of the creation that I bought at the Vatican Museum.
Wow.
I bought a jigsaw puzzle.
Because you don't know what you're going to want before you get there, right?
I'll give myself a pass. It was my honeymoon, first time going overseas. I'm excited. Guys, you don't have to buy anyone a souvenir. Maybe your dog sitter, maybe, your neighbor who's watering your plants, but your goal is to go on the vacation. Your goal is to stay in budget. And, one of the things that I love to do, my souvenir is a print. And then I frame that print. And that print is going to cost me €5, €10. I'll haggle. Yeah, sometimes I'll find a good little souvenir that I'm like, oh, great. But if you want to buy a Mickey Mouse, if you want to buy a Minnie Mouse, if you want to buy anything Disney, go to a yard sale. You're going to find a bunch of that stuff.
You know what? Wow, that is awesome advice. I never thought about that. I mean, you don't have to go to Disney to get Disney stuff. It's everywhere.
And I got a coworker. What he would do is he would log on to Disney.com and he would start looking down the clearance section and he would order all his souvenirs. And then he would store them at the house. He'd go out there and then he would tell them, no, I'm going to get it for you. Don't worry, I'll be back. He'd tell the kiddos, no, let's go because we got to get on the rides. And then at the room were all the souvenirs. Oh, I got all the souvenirs. And he didn't pay full price for them. He got them on clearance.
Wow.
Guys, I want you to
That's
travel.
A great idea, too. Hey, I want to break in. This is Joe, the owner of the station, Joe Martinez, right? He's taught me this. So I'm going on expert advice here. It's halfway through the show. Thank you for watching, everybody. We've got, some others. Dan's watching. Good to see you, Dan. Let's see who else is new that I haven't. Ian, Josh, good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
You are watching us here on Facebook if you're listening through there, and we're getting your names popping up. But this is 97.7 FM KCYP, the city. It's a real radio station out of McAllen, Texas. We are broadcasting from the McAllen Creative Incubator. We are also on TuneIn Radio, and the other radio app we're on is Radio Garden. That said, we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook that you're probably watching us on right now. But we're asking some questions, and we have here Alex from Crazy Travels, and he has just told us a bunch about travel, and we got more coming. But first, we have to, and this was my question, okay? And everybody knows that the Bitcoin Otter Show, we have some controversial things to talk about. And Alex had a similar view of mine. And what I want to throw into here is that bridge collapse, okay? And the way I want to wrap it into a travel is thusly. If there's a disaster and if there's something that happens, and then I'll have a couple things that I want to mention about that collapse, because I know Matt, you want to listen to this stuff. and it's interesting. I know it is interesting. It's crazy right now. But we're going to listen to Crazy tell us about what happens if a disaster, what happens if something really crazy, like they force you to wear masks and they close everything down?
Yeah.
That would never happen, would it?
No, it does. It happens. First and foremost, you want to limit your scenarios through your head, but you do want to be prepared. You do want to, if you're flying, right, you always hear the stewardess talk about, hey, put your seatbelt, put your mask before you put somebody else's mask. And you do want to kind of be prepared. Hey, what happens if something happens? For example, I always tell people when we travel overseas or when we're riding subways, hey guys, you're going to be excited. You're going to hear the train and you're going to run to the platform. It never, ever fails. No matter how many times I tell people that, we hear the train and we run out there. And then next thing you know is you get on there, you get on the subway, but your party doesn't. Holy smokes. And so what do? Hey, no biggie. At the next stop, you get off, and then we'll get back on. We'll get on, and then at the next stop, we'll all meet together. You can, if you see us, you jump back on the subway, and we're all back together, and nothing happened. All is good, right? But on 2020 March, I had a VIP White House tour. I had my itinerary. Everything was ready to set. Everything was awesome. We were going to have a great time. But I was really looking forward to the VIP White House tour. I was looking forward to that, Ford Theater, all of Washington, D.C. And then COVID hits. And then, hey, we're not sure, hey, what's going on? And I immediately got on, I think it was Southwest where I had bought my flights. So I called Southwest and I said, hey, look, this is going on. What can we do? And they said, look, we can either give you all your money back or we can give you a future credit and we'll give you, I think it was like instead of 100% of your money, we'll give you 150. So they gave us, we'll use 300 as an example. Instead of giving us 300, 450? Am I doing the math right? So you get a little extra, and their goal is, hey, look, we want you to travel with us again. We want you to use our services again. And so you can either grab your money and then use it whenever you want it, or we'll give you a credit. You have X amount of years. And that's one thing you really want to be careful with. You want to be careful with, hey, what's the fine print? Because if it's 2 years, can I take vacation time within those 2 years, or do I already have something planned?
Right.
And so that's something that you're going to have to look into. Hey, where am I at? Because sometimes the credit really does help in the sense that now you have more money.
You can
and
upgrade,
now
maybe.
You can upgrade to a better vacation, or you can go to a better destination. And one thing that's really important that we have to address, look, this happened. It can happen anytime, but you cannot live life thinking that this is going to happen right now, it's going to happen tomorrow. You can't have that mindset.
Right.
Always be prepared for anything that happens.
Make your plans and be able to pivot if you have to.
And so what happens if we're in Baltimore or we're in Washington, D.C., and this happens, and, oh, my God, the bridge fell. What now? Well, now we got to do the alternate routes. And we can either, if we are not comfortable, then we can't travel. We can't continue our vacation. We can't be happy. And the goal is to have a great vacation. And every person is going to see or feel an event differently. Something may happen to a relative and you might get over it quicker than someone else. And likewise, with something like this, you may be shaken up and you may be like, I can't do this. And so if you are in that situation, call the airline company and ask them, hey, can I get an earlier flight? I don't feel comfortable. Talk to the front desk clerk. Hey, can I check out early? Rental company, can I return the rental? I'm not comfortable. I'd rather not be here. And it's perfectly fine. We're human beings. Every one of us is gonna, we're gonna grieve and we're gonna take events. We're all gonna take them differently, man. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, and I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to break subject a little bit, but kind of stay on it with the Baltimore thing. There are two big things for me. Three. First one, always ask questions, ladies and gentlemen. This Baltimore thing is a big deal. It's bigger than what they want us to think, because there might be more to it. I'm saying might. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there's definitely some sort of an attack that occurred, but I'm not saying what I am saying is don't rule it out. Okay. First thing is the resident. Okay, the resident came on and said right away that the United States is going to pay for all the damage. You, me, we're going to pay for it. Yeah. Now, why would he do that? I'll tell you the biggest reason in my mind why he would do that. What do you think? Yeah.
Number, sir.
So, and that's interesting because the pilot of that ship was a Ukrainian. He was a Ukrainian citizen. So that neither here nor there. But let me tell you what happens if the federal government, okay, the United States taxpayer pays for all this damage. What does that mean? It means that the investigation will predominantly lie in the government, which is absolutely controlled by the usual suspects. If the transport line, okay, or the owner of the ship had to pay for it, or their insurance company, there would be an uncontrolled investigation of what happened.
If I would have done it, it would have to come out of my pocket. I mean, I don't know if you've ever done demolition.
No.
But, I mean, grabbing a sledgehammer and trying to break a cinder block.
Yeah.
A cinder block.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Should I? Give me I got to put this back on.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So now we're into
this is the BMP or what's that? What was that? The Wi-Fi protector, BMP?
EMP?
No, the BMP. The
VPN.
VPN. This is like a VPN. No, we got to have fun. Chris, I do have to ask, do disc jockeys, do they really get all the hot babes?
I don't know. I'm not a disc jockey, but I would imagine they would.
I'm kidding. I
got a face for radio.
Yes, there you go. Somewhat, if I comb correctly. I'm losing hair. You don't want to get old. I did a video about staying a kid and living off your parents. And
did you?
Yes, I did.
Is it on your Crazy Travels?
I think channel? It is. No, it might have been on my personal page, but I'll load it up on Crazy Travels just so you get
awesome.
Get a little kick on it. Guys, I joke around about, conspiracy and all that, but reality is that you do have to question these things. You can't be naive, because look, this is our money. It comes, if you're paying taxes, I'm talking budget travel. Why do I talk budget travel? Because we have a budget. We got to pay taxes. We got to pay city taxes. If you go and you buy something, you got to pay a sales tax, and then you got property taxes, and you got all of these taxes, and they're saying, hey, we're going to take that money and we're going to fix that bridge. Somebody, and we'll call it.
You didn't do that. You didn't ruin the bridge. I didn't ruin the bridge.
No, and we'll call it negligence. We'll call it an accident. We'll call it whatever you want to call it. But reality is that if you and I have a fender bender, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to say, hey, do you have an insurance? And I'm going to tell you, yay, and I'm going to give you that insurance. Or I'm going to tell you, hey, I do, but how about you give me a quote, an estimate, and I'll pay you out of pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's going to get fixed, but it's going to get fixed by the person who caused the accident.
So Tony De La Cruz is watching. So is Mingo Jaramillo. Thank you, guys. Santos Bea says, nothing makes sense from the bridge collapse. There were multiple safety protocols that all of the sudden simultaneously failed. They all of a sudden simultaneously failed. Yeah. And I think it lost power twice. And then we're being told that
that it never loses navigation.
Exactly. There's backups to the backup.
Yeah. And then the way it fell, it was so flimsy. It was so flimsy where wow. But again,
we don't know that the jury is out, so to speak, but let us not stop asking. The fake news wants us to think it's case closed, accident, nothing to see here. And Matt's saying that it's possible, and I'll give you this, Matt. I mean, I hadn't thought of this, but Matt's saying that it's quite possible they're trying to divert attention from P. Diddy, what P. Diddy did, or did he do? Anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's that whole scandal.
It doesn't make you evil just to ask a question, and that's all we're asking. We're just asking a simple question, and we're just having a conversation. Him and I haven't really talked about it or anything, but it's just a simple question. Hey, what do you think happened? And nope, you can't talk about that. Well, why not?
Right.
I'm just asking a question. And if I'm not fighting you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not saying that you're right or you're wrong. I'm just asking a simple question. How did it go down? Why did it go down? And why do taxpayers have to pay for it?
Exactly. That's the root of the situation. It's there's so many things to it, and it's just, Pat, good to see you. And it's one of those deals for me anyway that I have and I don't like to do predictions.
Yeah.
But I have to, because I feel that my role, God has put me in a role. And this role right now is a watcher on the wall. Okay. And the watcher on the wall, biblical terms, is somebody who stands there, looks outside the city and says, hey guys, looks in the city and says, this is coming. Okay. So I see some things coming, not because I'm smarter than anybody else, but because I look in places that most people don't look. Thankfully I'm not saddled to a TV.
Yep.
I don't watch TV like you were mentioning earlier. No TV. But the fact of the matter is, I'm looking in places that are giving me information that I like to use to prepare my family and myself, right? So I want to share that with people. So that's why we have you on today. Do we have any more travel questions, I wonder? Anybody with more travel questions?
One of the hardest questions or one of the questions that I get a lot is, what's the hardest thing about traveling?
Okay.
The hardest thing about traveling, believe it or not, is convincing your significant other. Convincing the party that you're traveling with.
Hang on one second. Okay.
Yes.
To go or where to go? Which is the hardest part to convince?
Well, to go, period.
Okay.
And then, you got to lobby, you got to massage it in, because remember, and this isn't their fault. They're adults, and they have the household security blanket. They're holding on to that security blanket, and they're saying, hey, remember, we just fixed the washer, we fixed the dryer, we fixed the water heater, and some of our vacation fund went to that. And so their mentality is, do we have enough money to cover our vacation? And again, massage it in and say, hey, look, let's travel. We can do this. And again, why do we do that? Why do we want to travel? It's educational. It's fun. It's, breathtaking. Seeing the Grand Canyon, seeing the Sistine Chapel, seeing cathedrals that are like museums in Spain, and Notre Dame before it burned down. Man, so many beautiful things that never in my life did I ever think that I'd see. I used to travel with my parents, and I would sleep on the floor. And my favorite out of all the vacations that I've taken, I think it was San Luis Potosi. I slept under a guest house table, and it wasn't even like concrete. It was dirt floor.
Wow.
It was awesome to stay there. One time we went to Saltillo, and we were going to stay in the cabins in the mountains, and we were all excited, and all the kids were like, oh, I'm going to get this bed, and I'm going to get that bed, and I'm going to get this bed, and you're going to get that bed. And we're all excited, and it came time to go to sleep. All of the kids slept on the floor. Adults kicked us out, but it was awesome. And let me tell you that there is, out of all the vacations that I get to take, every one of them, every single one of them is awesome. And I look forward to the next one. And there is one night, and it's always going to be at a dinner table, I break down and I cry. I cry and I thank God. I thank God
Amen, brother.
for everything that he gives me. The stuff that I get to do. And I encourage you guys to travel, because the things that I get to do, you can do them too. Because you can log on to the same page, the same web pages that I log on to. Everything that I do, you can do. I coach you on doing that. And every single thing that I do, you can do from the comfort of your home. So I don't have a travel agent license. Now I got a friend, and sometimes I go and I hit her up and I say, hey, can you help me out? She's a coworker, AJ. Shout out to AJ. She's a real great person. And I send her referrals every now and then when I hit a wall, and I'm like, gee, I can't. Let me have you talk to AJ. She's got the travel license. But there's been many occasions where I tell her, look, can you beat this price? And she gets back and says, nope, you found a great price. And we're not competing against each other, but that just, I just want to let you know that, hey, if she's telling me that I got a great price on my own, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
And you can do that for yourself. And again, Lord, thank you so much for everything that you give me, my family. I thank you from the bottom of my heart that I get to travel and that I get to do that.
That you give glory to God, brother.
Yeah, man. It is. And this is why I do this, because God gave me this, and it's only fair that I give back to people, and I do this for free, because anybody else, I went and I sat down at this place and it was $30 just to get the same advice that I give them. Not even just a book, but just to get advice, $30.
Wow.
And I do this for free.
A consultation.
Yep, a consultation on travel. I do this for free. I want you to vacation. I want you to make memories with your family, with your friends, significant others, your coworkers, your little group of friends. Man, I have been blessed to travel with my friends. And going back to that group, I belong to, I'm not from here, I'm from Laredo. So when I got here, when I got married, I invited some coworkers. And then after the wedding, they got together and they started, they did the tornaboda, is what they call it. And they were all out there partying. And we were all friends. And we ended up doing this thing called the group. And the group, we get together. And I was fortunate enough to get them to go on a family cruise. I was fortunate to, I did a party for my wife in New Orleans. We did a Mardi Gras theme. I was able to get everybody hotels for, I think it was $65 French quarters. Really great hotel. Everybody got the same hotel. One person got a Hilton or a Marriott that was like 3 blocks away, because that family got it at the last minute. But we got everybody there, and then we had my wife's party. It was awesome. Everybody was wearing the Mardi Gras mask, and I was fortunate to do that. But my favorite part of that cruise vacation, it was a family vacation. My buddy, he's got an autistic kid, and he loves Cat in the Hat. And we were able to have...
He's got a what kid?
Autistic.
Oh, autistic. Okay. Okay. A kid. I thought you said a kid. Okay.
He loves Cat in the Hat, and he loves Dr. Seuss. So we were able to have breakfast with Cat in the Hat.
Wow.
And the thing, and he took pictures and all that. And the kid, he doesn't eat eggs, but you can see he was trying really hard to eat the green eggs and ham.
Wow.
And man, it was awesome to be able to do that. Every one of these families is my family. They're my brothers and sisters. And, you know, when I don't have kids, sometimes God says no, and, I couldn't have children, but we get to travel, and I love that. But every time that I would try to invite them somewhere, oh, we can't find a sitter. So I talked to God and said, come on, God, please let them, come on, they got to go. So we're fortunate to do that. And so to be able to do that with their families and to be able to give them that, they had never done that. And that is beyond awesome. And I did the elevator ride with one of them, and he was alone, and they asked him, hey, are you having fun? Yeah. But next time I'm coming without the kids. But, to be able to do that is beyond awesome. And I want to do that for you. I really do.
Awesome. Well, we got Liza Cantu's watching. Jeff McGillivray,
my significant other,
Jeff.
Hi, Liza Cantu. No relations or relations? No relations. She's my significant other.
Awesome. Hello, Liza.
Hello.
Glad to see you. Well, see you here. Your name.
Did she put handsome? No.
Let's see. Yeppers. She put Yeppers, and maybe I missed one. But cool. So, and then we have others. Nicole says Corsica. She likes Corsica. I want to explore Italy and check where our Agostini comes from. Yes. So Nicole Agostini, and we know your husband, Vic. And yeah, I would, if I had to, because my mom is all Italian, right? So I'm half Italian. I would go to Italy first. If I was going to go overseas, I would go to Italy first. I think my wife would enjoy that too. What do you think about Italy?
I love it. My favorite. If I'm not going to Gallenberg, I want to go to Italy. Italy is, man, Italy, Spain.
Real close.
And then London. My wife is an English teacher. She loves English literature.
Okay.
And then, like, right about down here is Paris, France. Paris, France is the Louvre, Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame. But the town that oversees Paris, I love that. But look, if you want to have an idea of what's going on, you've never traveled in your life, how do I travel in London, or how do I travel in Italy? How do I get to see all of Italy or all of Spain? I did a world tour of Spain. Go to Globus or Cosmos. Cosmos is their sister company. I love those guys. Those are the guys that got me started. What you do is you log on to their page, Cosmos. It should be cosmos.com, globusjourneys.com. Go to European Vacations and start looking through them. Look through their itineraries. Look through what they have and start seeing them, because one of the advantages to them is you're going to get a bus driver. You're going to get a bus. You're going to get a tour director. Every morning, you're going to have breakfast. And then first you'll meet up with your tour director. You'll have a meeting with your group. Might be 35, 40. I don't know how many people fit on the bus, but you'll have your group and you'll all have your little name tags. You'll have a meeting, safety briefing, and then in the morning you'll have breakfast, and then your itinerary is going to tell you, okay, this is included, and then these are excursions that you can buy. Okay. So let's say that you're in Italy, right? So you're going to the ruins, Colosseum. And so you have your breakfast, you get on the bus, and then you go see the Colosseum. And then they might say, hey, tonight we're going to go to a dinner. It's 55 euros or 25 euros. It's wine, food, everything's included, right? But it's 55 euros. And you may say, you know what? I want to stay in the Coliseum a little longer. Let me take an Uber. Let me take a Lyft. Let me take public transportation back to the room.
More freedom there.
And so you tell the tour director, hey, I'm not jumping back on the bus. I'm going to take myself back to the room. And then whoever's going on the excursion will prepay and then go on the excursion, or you just sign up for it, and then at the end of the tour, you just pay up. And you can also just stay and chill in your room if you're exhausted. But that's the advantage, that they're taking you everywhere. They're showing you everything. And you go city to city. If you're doing, for example, in my case, I did a tour of Italy. So on my own, how do I get from, Rome to Venice?
Yeah.
I'm just a kid from Laredo. And so to have a bus take you everywhere, and then they take care of you, and one of the things that you want to take advantage of when you're on these tours, even if you're here in the States, if they give you free breakfast and there's an apple, grab an apple, put it in your backpack. If you got a 1 liter bottle, fill it up with water. It's free. Take it. It's yours. You've already paid for it. Grab whatever you grab and put it in your backpack. That way, at least you have a little snack and, a little more money that you can use on a, on a nice little meal, and the definition of a nice meal, it can be, New York has a bunch of dollar pizzas out there, or $4 combos or $2 combos. There's a $5 combo where you get a beer and 2 slices of pizza. So, wow, that's cool.
In New York.
There's dollar slices. There's a lot of stuff out there that you can take advantage of, and I can guide you to find those things. You go to Groupon, you go to YouTube, and start looking at your destination. I'm going to tell you one thing that I do that's considered cheating is I go to TripAdvisor and I copy paste their itineraries. I go to Globus, Cosmos, European Vacations. What are they doing? They're the pros. Yeah, they do it. I've never been to wherever it is I've never been to, and then I grab their itinerary and I copy paste, and then I go through it one by one. Okay, I don't care about hiking. Let me get that out of there. And then once you got your itinerary, guess what you got to do? You got to go to their sites and find out if they're open on Monday. What time do they close?
Yeah. You got to get day by day.
Yeah, nothing.
Drill down.
Nothing inhales profusely more than showing out to Oxford in London and it's closed. Yeah. I was like, are you serious?
Like Clark W. Griswold in Vacation, right? Vacation. They close it down,
And I was like, where's John Candy?
Hey, I gotta say hi to my dad. Thank you, Jim. Hi, Dad. I love you. Dad's 80 years old. We had his birthday a few weeks ago. So, we're heading on that hour. This went fast, brother.
Yep, it sure went
fast.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh, it means a lot to me.
It's an honor.
Man, I'm trying hard to keep my emotions in check, but this was all a dream. This was me just throwing this out there. I don't have to do this. I can go out there and travel. This isn't for me. This is an opportunity for me to help someone travel.
Yes.
Someone who's never traveled, someone who's never been anywhere. I want him to go and travel. I want him to come back and say, crazy, I did it. I went and I jumped off that adventure park in Cozumel, Mexico, Mr. Sanchez, what have you. And I want that because I want you to live life to the fullest. I just lost a friend. We lost a friend. We lost a coworker.
A brother.
I love you, Chris. And, man, Chris Luna, man, I know you're up in heaven. Man, his wife, Esmer, she's always reaching out to me. Hey, crazy, what do you think? Where can I go? What can I do? And that's my goal, for you guys to hit me up. And then there's people out there that I bump into at work and say, hey, man, I went here, I went there, and thank you for helping me. That's what I want.
You're getting thanks here. Deanna Smith is saying, thank you very much for the helpful information. Brother, we appreciate you, and I appreciate you, and we are going to have you back on again. So if you come up with something and you say, hey, man, this I think is something that, Otter's audience would like, hit me up. We'll have you back on. This brother was amazing. I think we all benefited from the information that Alex gave us. Go ahead with your contact information, please.
Crazy Cantu from Crazy Travels. Oh, my God, Crazy. KRAZZY Travels on Facebook. They hacked my MySpace account, so yeah, it is what it is. So MySpace, scratch that off your list. Just follow me on Crazy Travels. Guys, it's your page. Feel free. And by the way, even if you don't like the destination, even if you don't like the video for whatever reason, it's not content that relates to you, hit like so that it can circulate, because Facebook wants me to pay for my video to go worldwide, and I don't need it to go worldwide. I just need it to go to family and friends and coworkers, and so if you hit like, it kind of circulates a little more. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, Chris. God bless you, man.
Amen, brother. Thank you. And we're going to call it a wrap, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Nicole. Thank you, everybody,
Lisa,
for watching.
Thank you for letting me come.
Lisa, yeah. Thank you for letting your man come and share this awesome information.
I'll mow the lawn.
You were talking about massages earlier. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're going to take off, but we want to give a blessing to you. And we know just the person to do that, and that's God himself. The Lord Jesus Christ be with you and bless you today.
And don't forget to say thank you. Lord, thank you so much for everything that you give to us.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And we're out. Woo!
Oh, my.
This is the Bitcoin Otter Radio Show.
Oh my God, I love you so much.